Hey guys, it's Jeremy again, and I am back for another video. And today I am going to be doing something a little bit different for you, something really fun. A lot of you guys really liked this background, really impersonal, very close up, instead of it just being way far out and everything. So I'm going to start doing this a little bit more often, because it's really fun, it's more personal for me. Just be sitting in front of the camera and talking to you guys. I have two new things to tell you guys before I get into things. Number one, I'm reading a new book, but I'm struggling with it. I'm only 80 pages in and it's really boring, so hopefully it gets better. And two, I am investing in a brand new camera. It will have 1,000 megapixels, whatever that is. I'm sure it's impressive. It will clip on to where my camera is right now, so this like thing where my finger is where I'm pointing to where my camera is on my laptop. It basically clips onto there, and I just have to download the software to my computer, and it's going to be clear, very, very clear. You won't have to worry about the dulling noise anymore. That's going to be gone, and I'm really excited. So I hopefully will be able to get that in June. It's going to take a while to save up for it, for the simple fact that it's about $75, so it's kind of expensive, but it's worth buying. Because I've wanted a new camera for a really long time, and I didn't want to have to buy a whole brand new computer to do it. So that's kind of that little update for you guys. I am investing, so hopefully you'll only have to deal with maybe another handful of videos. Hopefully only about 5 more by the time I'll be able to get it for you guys. So back onto the topic at hand. Oh, and a little warning: my throat is very groggy because of the weather. And so if I have to take a sip of a drink, please don't be too upset about it. But my throat decided to be a bastard today. So, but we're going to talk about How I Discovered the Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. I've seen these kind of videos going around for literally years, and I've never done one, mainly because I've never had the right computer working thing for it, and so I love this series. I did plan on doing a reread of this series, and I really want to. I have not yet. It's been 7 years since I've read this book series, so I really, really want to read them again after being away from them for 7 years. The only thing of this that I've been a part of is watching the movies over and over. So, I'm going to start. This started for me probably about December of 2008 when I saw the trailer of the movie. But of course, before I saw that, I had heard about the series over the years. 2005, 2006, and 2007, the books were getting more and more popular with the release of each new book. Because like most series, they release one book a year, however many books, so they started in 2005, ended in 2008, so by the time the movie came out, the whole series was finished. So I saw the trailer, and it kind of looked cheesy in the beginning. I was like, people like this? This is kind of weird. And the only thing I knew about it in the beginning is that the vampires, because this is about a romance, about a vampire and a girl, named Bella Swan, and that the vampires in this series sparkle in the sunlight. And of course that was major controversy when that happened. I did hear about that even before the movies came into the swing of things. I was like, a vampire who sparkles in the sunlight? That is the most ridiculous thing in the whole world. Because before that, I didn't really have any background on vampires at all. I never really read vampire novels. I had only seen a few movies. I was a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Interview with the Vampire, the movie Queen of the Damned. So that was kind of my background on vampires. So I didn't have any experience in reading or anything. It was very spur of the moment when my brother was a huge fan. He loved the book series. He loved the movie. And so he bought the movie on DVD, and he had seen it about half a dozen times and loved it. It's this movie right here. Not this exact edition, of course, but he loved it. And he was like, and this was back when I had a portable DVD player, when I thought portable DVD players were the shit, when they're freaking not. I've had so many of them, and they've broken because they're so sorry. Hopefully, ones they come out with now are better. But that's how I experienced the first movie. I watched it on my bed, on my DVD player with my brother, because he wanted to watch it with me because we didn't have a normal DVD player at the time. And so that's how I watched the first movie, and I was blown away by it. The story, the acting. Well, then again, I didn't really pay attention to the acting back then, but I just was blown away by everything that was the storyline. I just really, really enjoyed it. I was like, this is such a beautiful love story, I just love it. And the day after that, and so he went off to do other things, I think, because where we were living in Oklahoma, and we had this massive TV in our living room, so he went to watch TV in there, since I kind of wanted to, just be by myself, and the movie was just in my head, and it wouldn't leave me alone, so I went back to him saying, hey, can I watch it again? And he's like, but didn't you just watch it? And I was like, yeah, I know, but I kind of want to watch it again. And he's like, sure, go ahead, it's on my bed. So that's what I did. I watched it about 3 more times that night. I stayed up till about 7 o'clock in the morning watching it. I watched that movie about almost 5 times in a row without stopping. I could not get enough of that movie. And it's actually the one Twilight movie I've seen the most. And on top of that, I would actually put it in my DVD player when I got one, and I would listen to it as I fell asleep at night, just because it was like my favorite movie of all time at the time. It's not my favorite movie now. It's been about almost 8 years since 7 years since I saw that. But it's still a really great movie and everything. And so the day after that, I went to my, because I had school. I was I believe, a sophomore or junior in high school. I forget. It's been a while for me. And so I saw that they had the books in stock, and so I checked out the first one. And the book is not, a short read by any means. The book is 498 pages. The text is pretty nice. And I read it in 2 days. 2 days I read this book. I literally read the first 250 pages in one sitting. One sitting. That's never happened to me in my entire life. Ever. It's never happened since. Have I literally read 250 pages of any novel without stopping. That's never happens. Ever. I think that was like literally a once in a lifetime kind of experience. And so, pardon me. And so the next day, as soon as I got home from school the following day, because I took it with me and read a chapter or two while I was in school, and then when I got home, I literally sat down and I finished the entire book without stopping, and I was just blown away at how good it was. And I didn't know Goodreads was a thing, so I loved it. And then when I got some money, I went to Walmart. It was when Walmart still carried all 4 books in hardcover, and I bought all 4. And then I started immediately with New Moon, and I loved New Moon. And then I went on to Eclipse, and then I went on to Breaking Dawn, and I loved them. And then when Bree Tanner came out, I didn't know it was coming. I didn't even know it was a thing, and my brother was like, "There's a new Twilight book here. It's new. It just came out today," and everything. And it was like, "You buy it for me, and I'll pay you when you get here." And so that's what happened. I read that one. I loved that one, and I have been a fan ever since. And then every year when the movies came out, I saw the movies if I could. I didn't get to see the first 2 in theaters, but I got to see all the rest of them. And then when Breaking Dawn came out, Breaking Dawn Part 2 was hitting theaters. My movie theater was doing this deal where they were showing all 5 films, and you get, and there was drawings for posters for Breaking Dawn Part 2, and you get a free soda and a free popcorn with it for $30. I caved. I was like, $30. There you go. Take my money. And I have a lanyard. I might show you guys someday. I don't have it here. It's in storage. But it has movie pictures of all 5 movies like in a row going down on it. And then on the lanyard part of it, it says the Twilight Saga. So that was a really fun experience. So I was there a lot, and so it's actually kind of, and like during the beginning of Breaking Dawn Part 2, I got seriously dehydrated, so I drank like a lot of freaking water. But yeah, that was a really fun experience, part of mine, and by the end of it, I loved the way the movies ended, because they ended the same way the books did, just a slightly different location, but that's kind of how I discovered Twilight, and I have been a fan ever since. It was an amazing experience for my life. It was the book series that got me into reading. I think I've said this before, but before I picked up Twilight, I was not a reader. I hated reading. Like, my librarian tried many times to get me to read, and it just never happened for me. A lot of people's series that got them into reading was Harry Potter, some of them was The Chronicles of Narnia, Lord of the Rings, Percy Jackson. It's kind of gone around. Many different series get people into reading, but Twilight, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson are probably the big ones that have gotten other people into reading. This was mine. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into reading, how I discovered Twilight. It's just been an amazing experience in my life. I don't know if I'll be able to do all 4 books, but I definitely am going to try to make it my goal to reread the first book and review it. But I am going to wait until I get my new camera. That way you guys get a really clear, and it'll be more, and it probably won't be my basic book review. I'll probably still read the inside synopsis and everything like I always do with my young adult book reviews. But I think I'm going to more go into a discussion and depth, since these books have been out for 10 years, or nearly 10 years. I think I can be more freelance with it and really go into the spoilers, because if you haven't read the book, then you've at least seen the first movie at least, so you know basically what happens. But yeah, so that's this video. This was a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to do this more. But I want to know how you guys discovered Twilight. If you're fans, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear what you guys think, how you guys discovered the series, but that's kind of how I discovered it. And I think there's a couple other booktubers that I kind of want to do like a reread-a-thon with in the future, but I really, really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys did too. It was a lot of fun for me. It's kind of making me nostalgic, kind of look back on those wonderful times in my life, those years that I had something to love again. And it's weird because ever since then I've been looking for a movie franchise to completely engross myself. And yes, I do like the Hunger Games movies, but I'm just not so invested into them like I was with Twilight. And when Harry Potter movies ended, I was more sad with that, actually. Just because those movies were just epic, and they just really affected my life. And then when those ended, we still had Twilight, and then when Twilight ended, I was really sad. And I've looked for stuff for movie franchises, and some of them haven't made it, like City of Bones, which is going to be a TV show, so I guess that's okay, but just hasn't been the same. But anyway, I don't want this video to be super long. It's already 13 minutes as it is, so I will see you guys in my next video of hopefully a book review. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching. It means the world to me. Every one of you who watches my videos, every one of you who comments, likes, and does everything else and shares my videos with other people, that means the world to me. You mean the world to me, and I really appreciate you checking out my channel. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.